Oh yeah, it should be okay now. Should be okay. It should be fine now, right? All right. Okay, I'm so happy you can hear me now. Um, we have Auntie Peace, we have Uncle Shegbot, and we have Auntie Cassie. So we are going to start. We are going to start. So for the sake of those that didn't join us in the last class, I think we'll just do a quick recap of the previous class. We were looking at how to form the major scale, minor scale, not scale, the major chord, minor chord, and the diminished chord on all keys, which we did some exercises, some examples, and we found out how easy it was. So we are just going to do a very quick recap of that. So major, minor, diminished, 1, 3, 5, 1 flat 3 and 5, and 1 flat 3 and flat 5. So that's the formula we looked at on how to form. So a major chord, all you need to do is find the major scale of the key that you are playing on. Pick out the 1, 3, and 5. Yeah. To get the minor from that 1, 3, and 5, just stay there. All you need to do is flatten your 3. So take your 3 down is semitone and 5. And then for the diminished, 1 flat 3 and flat 5. Okay, so we are going to quick. Who has joined us before now? We had Auntie Peace, Uncle Shegun, Auntie Cassie. So who has joined? Can you drop a message so that we'll know who's joined, so that we'll see how to structure the class? So who joined us? Who joined us? I know Auntie Peace is here, I know Auntie Cassie is here, and I know Uncle Shegbot is here. So who joined us? Can you drop a comment? Drop a hi so that we'll know who has joined us. Hiding. Okay, so this is 9th of the 5th, 2025. Okay, so what we are going to do is quick. I think we are doing this for the 100th time already, so we'll just go through the major scale again. Okay, so we said this do re mi. So major scale is just do re mi fa sol la ti do. All right. We are trying to use the number system. Yeah. So 1, do is 1, re is 2, mi 3, fa 4, so 5, la 6, 7, ti and do 8 or 1. So whatever you decide to call it now. And now we form this major chord in the key of F, so which we are going to do again. So I want to believe we all know how we form our major scale. Do we all know how to form our major scale? Can you drop a yes if you do, or a no if you don't, so we can go through it quickly? Because I know that some of us have not been joining the classes, so we can go through it quickly. If you type a no, do you know how to form the major scale on all the keys? Yes or no? Okay, and Cassie says yes. A no if you don't, so that we'll go over it again. Because what we'll be doing now, we would need to use we'll need to use no. Okay, Uncle Shegun is okay. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. So who else is here? We just have three responses, but we have five persons. So who else is here? Do you know how to form the major scale? Yes or no? So that we'll see how we push it through. Okay. Anyway, ghost members. Okay, so I'll just, for the sake of time, because I want us to be fast, I'll just write out the F major scale again, and we'll form the major, minor, and diminished of F, and then we move over to what we have to do. So for F major scale, it's F, yeah, G, A sharp, C, D, E, and F. Okay. So what we are saying is, if we want to form F major scale, it's important to understand how it works, because for me, I'll tell you the truth, how I learned was someone just told me, put your hands here, put the other one here, and put the other one here. This is key F. So that was just what I knew, that I was playing key F, but I didn't know how, to form it, or how to, you know, I didn't know the theory behind it. So like we said, we want to play our 1, 3, and 5. So we are just going to pick, this is 1, yeah, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So what we need to pick is F, A, and C. Okay. So get on the keys, just pick F is. So this is your F major. Okay. And we said that if you want to play your F minor, all you need to do is flatten your 3. So this is 3. Flatten it by a semitone. That's your F major, okay? And then if you want to play your F minor, all you need to do is find your major, yeah? Flatten your 3. So this goes down, and then this goes down by a semitone. So that is F diminished, okay? Very straightforward and clear. And now we want to do it on another key, so that you see that it's not just, if you just move it to any key, you'll get what you want. You'll get it correctly, okay? So let's pick key C. So C major chord. So I know you might know how to play the C major, but then what I want us to know is how to form all. Okay, C is a very popular one, so let's leave C behind. Let us go to what key now? Uncle Shegun, what key should we do? Uncle Shegun, tell us, what key should we do? We are waiting. We are waiting. Uncle Shegun or Cassie? Auntie Cassie? What key should we do? So it's not just as if we are doing key that I want. Okay, C sharp or F sharp. Okay, let's go to F sharp then. All right, so you see that the same principle applies. So the first step is form your major scale, but you don't need to go all the way down to 8. Just all you need to do is from 1, 3, and 5, and then from 1, 3, and 5 we can play our minor, we can play our diminished. So automatically the key we are playing on becomes our 1. So F sharp is now our 1. So from 1 to 2 is tone. What do? Skip that one, skip the one next to it, and go to the one after. So 2. So hold down your 1, because we want 1, 3, and 5. So from 2 to 3 is what? Tone. So what we want to do is skip that one and go to that one, 3. So from 3 to 4 is semitone. So that's far, but we don't want far. What we want is 1, 3, and 5. So from 4 to 5 is tone. What do? Skip that one. So 1, 3, 5. You see, we formed key F sharp. So that's how easy it is to do it everywhere on all the keys, you know what I mean? So you can take this principle tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone. Apply it to any key, then you can play. So now this is F sharp major. So how do we play F sharp minor? All we need to do is take the 3, a semitone backwards. So what is it going to be? That comes back. Yeah. Sorry, my keyboard bounces. So yeah, but that's F sharp minor. Now, if we want to play F sharp diminished, what are we going to do? Just take it back to the major. All right. So then take your 3 down a semitone backward. And then take your 5 back a semitone. Yeah, so that's it. 1, flat 3, and flat 5. 1, flat 3, and flat 5. So F sharp major, F sharp minor, F sharp diminished. All right, F sharp major, F sharp minor, F sharp diminished. So if you understand it so far, can you type a yes? If you're following so far, can you type a yes? If you're following so far, give us a yes in the comment section so that we know that we are all together. A big yes. Type a yes, please, if you're following. Type a yes. Type a yes if you are following. We're waiting for the responses so that we can go on. Minor or diminished chords on a progression during worship, or it just comes as embellishment. What I would say is, sorry, I know everybody might not understand it up to this point, but just like, so wherever, what I would say is wherever the progression goes, you know, like we did our major scale, so instead of playing the scale as notes, yeah, what we've done is we've played them as chords, you know. Yeah, so if sometimes a song gets to, so let's say you're playing and then the song gets to 2, so you have to play that 2 as a minor. Okay, yeah, so definitely you can play it on a progression, and then most times you can also use them as substitutions. Okay, so but diminished, most times diminished, I don't play the diminished as it is. I always add the 7th, or I play the diminished as a passing chord. Okay, so it was one of the things that we are going to look at anyway as we progress, but for the sake of this question, so what I normally do is, if I'm going to play a minor chord, actually I use a diminished as a passing chord to the next, a semitone forward, like to the next chord that I want to play. Okay, let's say um what song am I going to use as an example? So when a song is going to the 6th, which is La, in the key of F, remember our F is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So when a song is going to 6, rather than just playing the 6th, what I'm going to do is I'm going to play the diminished 7th, actually, not just the diminished. Or you can actually play just the diminished. I play the diminished of the key before it. Like, so if I want to play my sixth or la, I play the diminished of C sharp before I go to it, and then it sounds nice. So what song are we going to use? So what song goes to the sixth straight away? I don't know if you know this Igbo song. So that's just the only song that comes to my head. So instead of playing one, sorry, let me use the chords that way. Instead of playing do, so, la straight away, what I can do is do, so. Many people call it Z, like they just say, okay, play Z la, but then it's the principle is just, it's the diminished, playing the diminished of a minor, like the diminished of the diminished before the key that you. So if you want to play this minor, just play the diminished of the key before it, a key semitone backwards. So yeah, so that is, yeah, that is C sharp major. So what we are going to do is to play the diminished of that C sharp before we play, and it gives you a very nice, voicing. But then minors actually occurs more in progression than diminished. So, but what you can use diminished for is playing a diminished 7 with the seventh as the melody. Let me let us not just go that deep. But like when I use diminished is if I'm trying to go. So if I'm trying to go to 2, if a song is going to 2 or re in the key of F, what I do is I normally play the diminished of the key before it. So yeah. So what song should I use as an example? Oh Lord, my God, how excellent is your name? Yeah, so oh, excellent is your name. Oh Lord, my God, how excellent is your name. So you see that. My God, how excellent is your name. My God, how excellent is your name. My God, excellent. So what I did there was, okay, so we'll continue with yeah, so but definitely we are going to get there. I'm just trying to keep it as simple as we can so that we all flow together. Okay, but what I want to know is that we've all learned how to form the major chord for all keys, the minor chord, and the diminished chord. So that is all I want to know. Now we are going to look at what should I call it? We are going to look at a very important concept, inversion. Yeah, inversions. Right. Inversions. So it's a very simple concept that, you know, adds to what we are playing. So because if you're playing, you are going to be playing like for now, if you remember 2 classes ago, I was saying that if you there are 4 chords or even 3 that if you learn how to play, you can play almost all the songs that you know. So the 1, the 4, and the 5th. So if you now add the 6th, then I would say you can play literally all the songs that you know. So you're going to be playing these chords a lot of times. So what we are trying to do is to change how we sound from time to time so that we are not just playing the same thing over and over and over and over and over and over. Okay. All right. So key F again. So if you're playing key F, an inversion, what an inversion simply means is taking the first note, making the first to become the last, as the Bible says, that the first shall become the last. So making the first to become the last. And how do you do that? You just take it from this octave to the next octave. So when we talk about octave, it's just 8, like if you did chemistry, when they talk about octane, it's just 8. So octave means running the major scale up onto 8, not like 1, yes, but we'll call it 8. So remember when we did do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. So that's 8. So moving that do from where it is to the next one. So if we quickly run through F major scale again, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. So that is 1 octave. So we've gone an octave higher. Okay. So that's F again, another octave, and it goes forward. So what you want to do is play your 1, 3, 5, and then take your 1 to the next octave. So what are we going to have? Okay, so that's our 1. But then our first, because we have 2 inversions for every chord. So our first inversion is just taking that to there. Okay. So the 3rd and the 5th remains where they are, but then you just take the 1st to the next octave. If you understand it so far, say yes. If you understand that, say yes before we continue, please. If you understand the concept of inversion, can you say yes? Say yes. Come on, say yes, say yes. If you understand the concept of inversion so far, can you say yes? Okay, Auntie Peace is there. Uncle Shegun is there. Anybody else? Anybody else? Auntie Cassie? Say yes. Auntie Cassie, say yes. Say yes. Anyway, so it's that easy to do. So all we need to do is play the chord, move the first to the next octave, while the rest remains where they are. So 3 and 5 remains where they are. 1 goes on to the next octave. And then the second inversion, we'll just do the same thing. So what's the first one now? A, right? So all we need to do is to take A to the next octave. So just take A to the next octave while the 3 and 5 remains where they are. Okay, it's a very simple concept. Very simple. And then to come back to where you started, you just take C and put it ahead. So you see, we are back to the root position. We are back to the root position. Okay, so the concept of inversion is just taking that, moving it, taking that, moving it. Okay. So in theory, I'll be in practical. Where have we dropped our pen? All right, so in practical, what we are doing is FAC. This is our root position, right? This is our root position. So this is the root position. So our first inversion is going to become ACF. First inversion. And then the second inversion is going to become what? CFA. CFA. Second inversion. Someone told me that my A is not looking very fine. Okay, so that is it. Okay. First inversion, second inversion. So this is all we need to do to keep changing how we sound, and not just for the major, you can do it for the minor as well. So if we play that, that's our F minor, right? So if you want to inverse it, what you're going to do is, oh sorry, you can't see my hand, so that's what I'm holding down. So F minor and F minor now, and then the second inversion is going to be okay. So that's all we need to know about inversions, and then you can take it to any key you like. Yeah, so A, if you're playing key A, so this is A, so this is the first inversion, right? And this is the second inversion. So it's just to make it, you're playing the same thing, but it's just to make it sound different. Because if you're going out, you don't want to wear the same clothes, the same shirt, or the same shoe over and over and over and over. You want to add a bit of style. So that is just what this does. That's what it is. So if you are playing this song, we give you praise, Lord, we give you praise. So I just go from 1. We give you praise for Fa. Lord, we give 1, 5, 1. Okay. So, but what inversion can do to the song is we give you praise, Lord, we give you praise. So it's starting to sound different just because of inversions. Okay, so just because of inversions. So that's what inversion does. It makes you sound different, even though you're playing the same chord, you're playing the same quality of chord, you're not adding anything, you're not adding any extensions or anything, but you're sounding different just because of inversions. Okay, so that's what inversions does. Okay, does anybody have any questions so far? Any questions so far on what we've done on inversions? Any questions so far? No? No? Yes? Any questions so far? No? 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 Any questions so far? No. Okay. Because we have I think about just two of us. We'll do a very interesting chord voicing now before we close. So this is the last thing we are going to do before we close. I know for those that are fairly new to playing, it might be getting you confused a bit, but in the long run, you're going to appreciate it. So these concepts can make your chord quality, to like go from very, very basic to sounding quite advanced, right? This concept is very sweet, trust me. And what we call it is drop twos. Or let me say drop twos. Drop twos, or let's just say drop two. Drop two voicings. Okay. So this drop two actually changes the quality of your chord a lot. Okay, so again, let's use FAC. So this is just what we are playing. That is how good this concept is. We are not adding any extension. We are not adding any dominant, any 13th, 8th, 11th, 12th, or whatever. All we are playing is just this FAC that we have just done now. So FAC, yeah, that's just all we are playing. But the concept of drop two actually changes the way it sounds. So drop two is taking the second note. Don't so taking the second note to the other octave, like below, taking it an octave down, taking your two an octave down. So what it means is in your left hand, you play just two, and then your right hand plays 1 and 5. Actually, what makes a lot of people sound different from others is they are playing the same thing, but the way they position it, yeah, the way they position it or the way they apply what they play is what makes it different. So this is called a drop two concept, and just look at how that's gonna sound now. So one, I'm just playing everything here. So, but when I want to play it as a drop two, what will I do? You see how it sounds? So I'm just playing the 1 and 5 here, and then I'm playing the 3 here. You see that? So I actually do this a lot of times. I do this a lot of times, but you might not know how beautiful this sounds until you play it in bunches or you play it in pairs. Okay, just look at how that sound. Look at how this is going to sound. What I'm going to play is 1, 5, and 4. Do, so, and fa. So I'm just playing it the normal way with. Okay. But look at how it's going to sound now when I play it as a drop, when I play them as drop twos. You see the difference that it made? Like, it sounds so amazing. You might not even like feel it so well because this is not a very fancy keyboard. You know, when you play it on a very fancy keyboard with all your settings and so on, you see that that makes a very big difference. So F drop 2, C drop 2, and B flat drop 2 or A sharp drop 2. Okay, so it's better to play it here so you can see. So F drop 2, C drop 2, and A sharp drop 2. So drop 2 voicings are very, very, very good. They are really good. You know, they are really good. So you can try it. Just go on, try it. Try to get used to it because it takes you a bit of a time to get used to it. So, you know. All right. So drop 2 voicings. They are very, very good. They change the way you sound from very basic to advanced, not even intermediate to advanced. When you do it, whoever listens that knows, like that plays, will be like, oh, that guy, that lady knows what he or she is doing. So it's very, very nice. So just practice it, get used to it. You can, you know, try it on other keys. So like this is F sharp, yeah? F sharp. So this is F sharp drop 2. So this is G major normally, yeah. So this is G drop 2. So F sharp drop 2, G drop 2. So you can try it on all keys. And don't worry, we are just learning this concept one after the other. When we start playing and we start applying them, you will see how good they are going to look. So I don't want us to spend a lot of time in class tonight. I think this would be us for today. So I want to believe all the concept that we've learned today is very clear. Is anybody confused? Do you have any question? If you're confused, type C. If you're okay, type O, so that we'll know. If you're confused about anything, type C. If you're okay, type O. Just waiting for our responses. If you're confused, if I confused you during the course of the classes, type C. If you're okay, type O, so that we can end the class happily on a very good note. So we've done a quick recap of how to form the major scale, how to form the major chord, minor chord, and diminished chord. And then we've learned the concept of inversion. And then we've learned the concept of drop 2 voicings. So if you're okay with everything that we've typed, with everything that we've learned, can you type O or okay? If you're confused, type C. See you in church for further training. uh, Uncle Shekbot says, okay, Auntie Peace, Auntie Cassie, I want to believe that everybody is happy with what we've done tonight. And don't forget, if you have any question, we are all there on the WhatsApp group. You can leave your questions there and I will attend to it straight away. So whatever I'm doing, I'll leave it and attend to your question. So your question is the priority. And then as you can even drop questions on things that we haven't done in the group so that it motivates others to learn, you know. So we'll be drawing the curtain here. And I'll be saying a very big thank you to everyone for joining the class tonight. Thank you so much. Good night. Have a very, very good night rest. Okay. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you for joining. Thank you, Uncle Shegbot. Thank you, Auntie Peace. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you. See you in church.